G'day guys, Chili White here. Just wanted to say that we're coming to a close of the latest season of OzPolyCon, the world's greatest Australian anime, with all such famous and hilarious characters as Tony Abbott and Malcolm Turnbull and Peter Dutton and Scott Morrison. Yes, we have gone through 4 Prime Ministers in the period of what should be 1 Prime Minister, because that's the competency of the Liberal government. So it's election time now. I've already gone and voted. I'm sure everyone else is going to vote by the time I put up this video, so it's ultimately irrelevant. So, we're making good progress so far. But anyhow, I just want to go over all the political parties we have, all the options on the table, or at least that I know or give a shit about. I just want to shove my opinions in everyone's face. Can you just fuck off and let me do that, alright? I just want to tell you I'm better than you when I'm clearly not. Jesus Christ, can't you let me do that? People these days, it's never fucking simple. Well, anywho, let's go down the list. First up is the
リブラルなしのパチ
which has to be perhaps one of the worst political parties in Australian history. I would not be surprised in the slightest if they go down in history, Australian history, as the worst governments of this day and age, if not Australian history of all time. You know, I don't even know where to begin. First it was Tony Abbott. They literally broke every single election promise, and all they had to do was stop the fucking votes. I mean, we paid everything for that, and they couldn't even do that. Absolute shit. And then in comes Malcolm Turnbull after everyone kicks Tony Abbott out because no one wants him. And then they bring in Malcolm Turnbull. He's a nice charismatic guy with a lot of good ideas. Unfortunately, he can't implement any of those ideas because he's not. It doesn't involve fucking over the entire country and grabbing all the money you can. So he can't do that. So he only does the one logical option you can do as a Liberal member: grab all the money and fucking run, which is exactly what he did. And then when everyone figured that out, they kicked him out, and then we brought in Peter Dutton. Except Peter Dutton was so shit he couldn't even make it to the starting line. So we kicked him out, and now we have Scott Morrison, the guy who was investigated for human rights abuses on Manus Island. So things are going quite well for our country. We're not at all spiraling into a second world economy. Ignore that. So yeah, Liberal Party's absolute shit. No idea why anyone votes for them. You either have to be a complete fucking idiot, pay absolutely no attention, a filthy loyalist, or just, you know, you're one of the corporate elites that pays for all this shit and spreads all the propaganda. Thank you very much for fucking up our country. Love it. Very impressed.
We want more money. Yeah, more money.
おつれりやラボルパチ
The Australian Labor Party is a pretty good party. I don't know why everyone hates them so much. I mean, they're the main reason that Australia has prospered and progressed so much. I mean, you got Bob Hawke, you got Gough Whitlam, and let's not forget the greatest anime character of all time, Paul Keating. More like Paul memeing. Ho, 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 danking on that parliament. Ho, danking, dunking. Fuck, I blew it. God damn it, this is just like back in Cambodia. Pretty much the whole reason they got pushed out in the first place was because of betrayal, a leadership spill, where everyone was sick of Kevin Rudd shit, so they kicked him out and brought in Julia Gillard, and no one wants a woman in power, so we kicked her out and brought in Tony Abbott, and that ruined everything. For some reason, everyone's trying to push this argument that Labor's bad with managing money, even though every time they're in charge, our economy spirals upwards, out of control. I mean, you just have to look at the OECD rankings and you can see that shit. I mean, to put things into perspective, we went from the previous Labour government and with Kevin Rudd, one of the best economies in the entire world, and now we've gone to 36 with Scott Morrison, because they are all completely fucking retarded. Australian Labor Party also actually values shit: health, education, environment, trade. I mean, they want to invest more in the Asian market, which is a growing market. I mean, I don't know where the fuck the Liberals want to invest. I mean, they don't want to invest anywhere really, just want to grab all our money and run away. Our taxpayer money. So that's where all your taxes are going, if you were ever wondering. I mean, it's a pretty cut and dry thing. I mean, just look at it this way. The Liberal Party, the bulk of their donations, the bulk of the money they earn for campaigning and shit like that, comes from big business. It comes from the mining companies, it comes from fucking the mainstream media, it comes from all them fuckers that pretty much fuck up everything. Whereas on the other side of things, you have the Labour Party, and most of their money comes from unions. So that's working class people. So the Liberals are always going to work in the interest of the corporate elites, and Labour is always going to work in the interest of working class people. That's just the way it is. Those are the hands that feed them, so those the ones they're going to bow down to. I mean, it's just an obvious case in point. Next up.
One Nation.
Now, I should be a supporter of One Nation. I agree with all the philosophies, I agree with all the policies, but the fact of the matter is, Pauline Hanson has no idea what the fuck she's doing.
Please explain.
The party is a complete fucking shit show. I'm pretty sure everyone's figured out that Pauline Hanson has absolutely no authority or commanding presence over anything. So everyone's just kind of doing whatever the fuck they want. Breaking shit, tipping shit over, or just grabbing whatever they can and running away with it. The party's just a complete fuck up. I'd like to see, like, a One Nation party that isn't shit. But we don't have that. So I just gotta vote Labour instead. Oh well.
And I couple this all the time and I'm sick of it. Absolutely sick of it.
Kata o tsureria pachi.
It doesn't matter, Bob Catter, that you wear a big hat in a land so full of sunshine. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't matter, Bob Catter, that you're not posh or arty. What matters, Bob Catter, is your Australian.
Great song, James. Great, mate.
Qatar Australian Party is probably the best Aussie party there possibly is. True blue shit right here. Nothing like working on a farm in 42-degree heat. That's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Suck my dick. There's nothing wrong with this party. It's probably one of the only few other legitimate parties apart from Labour and a few other ones. But I mean, they're into farming issues, which are a big problem, especially here up north in North fucking Queensland. Cunt, fucking Kings, boy. Fucking Kings, we're gonna shit your fucking dog, cunt. One of the other great things is that the Qatar Australian Party and the Labour Party have had a preference deal together, so they're both getting in bed together, which is my favourite. Which has to be one of my favourite romantic subplots in the entire world. We got the working class Australians teaming up with the farming Australians. I mean, it's every communist dream, and I'm obviously a communist. I'm Asian. I mean, of course I'm a communist, of course. But yeah, the reality of the situation is there are numerous problems in the lives of farmers here up in the north. They pretty much get fucked over left, right, and center, and no one gives a shit. And shit's spiraling out of control for them. And when the farms go down, that's going to be massive, massive losses to huge swathes of the economy in Queensland, which is eventually going to spill over to the rest of Australia. I mean, farming makes up a good chunk of the industry, economy, and trade. Not just locally, but in terms of national, international trade, and blah, 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 blah. They don't get any proper relief for their droughts. They never get proper relief for disasters. The Royal Flying Doctor Service has been cut as well, so they can't really do anything about that. Pretty much they're in the shit, so no one gives a shit because the Liberals are in charge and they don't give a shit about us. So, yeah. Fuck. By the way, here's me on a farm. Hey, look, proof of that. It's obviously me. You can tell because I wear a mask and I'm the only person that does that.
グリヌス。
Fucking hell. Here come the Greens to lecture us about how much better they are than us. You know that annoying little sister in every anime that always bitches and annoys you about how much better she is than you? Yeah, that, but a political party. I mean, I don't know what to say about the Greens. No one likes the Greens. I mean, I agree with the core premise, you know, we should have an environmentalist party. I care about the environment as much as anyone else in Australia. But Jesus fuck, they need to shut the fuck up and mind their own fucking business. Especially here up the north, they keep fucking with the whole Adani mine thing. No one's okay with the Adani mine, but we need the fucking jobs. I mean, you could thank the Liberals for completely fucking up the economy. Also Clive Palmer, but I'll get to him in a fucking moment. So yeah, I don't mind preferencing the Greens, but they're shit and they're annoying and they don't do anything useful. It's, for all intents and purposes, it's the uni cunt party. You know, people that go to uni and they want to pretend that they're making a difference and doing the right thing. So they just vote Greens, which does absolutely nothing when they should be voting Labour, which will actually do something and benefit Australia. Morally and, you know, statistically in terms of economic, financial growth and blah blah blah. Vote Labour, it's awesome.
We're coming back!
We have two other parties that I haven't bothered to like for once because they're so shit and irrelevant, but we'll go over them anyway. Senator Anning's party. I mean, what's there to say about this guy? His only political achievement is getting an egg thrown at him. Not as much of an achievement as getting horse shit thrown at him, but you know, he's on his way. Lily Sargon needs to teach him a few things about politics. And last but not least, Clive fucking Palmer. I mean, holy fucking shit, why does anyone vote for him? The only reason anyone votes for Clive Palmer is because they don't know anything about Clive Palmer. They just see all his bullshit policies that he says he's gonna do when he's obviously not gonna do it. I mean, the guy doesn't give a shit about politics. All he cares about is just earning more money. He's just a gigantic piece of shit. Everyone in Townsville hates him, and Townsville is supposed to be his, you know, political base. I'd like to throw horse shit at him. I'd like to throw an egg at him. I mean, quite frankly, I'd like to just have him arrested for fucking over all the workers in the nickel refinery. He got it shut down, and then all the workers lost their jobs with unpaid entitlements, so they were out of a shitload of money, and they were in the shits. And then Clive Palmer refused to pay it, so the Australian government had to pay it off. So we, the taxpayer, had to end up paying for this cunt's fucker. I mean, that's your tax dollars at good work, because some rich, dumb motherfucker was too much of a malicious, selfish, greedy cunt to pay for the people he deserves to fucking pay. All the while he's going into court as the government's trying to chase him up for this money. And he's bragging about in court how he's got so much more fucking money than everyone, saying that everyone should just stop complaining and get a fucking job. Well, it wasn't even that simple, because fucking destroying the refinery pretty much fucked over the entire economy around here. Unemployment spiked out of control, and in turn, you know, drug use and poverty and petty crimes, they all increased naturally. And we've been cleaning up the mess ever since. And even though the cunt owes millions of dollars to all these workers, all of a sudden, when it's time for politics and blah blah blah, all of a sudden he pulls all this money out of his ass to pay for all these ads and shit like that. Obviously spending millions and millions of dollars on it. I mean, any Australian will tell you about all the fucking Clive Palmer ads we hear. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. Fuck me. Just fuck off, you know. Fuck off. I tell him to jump off a cliff, but I doubt he can jump. He's that much of a fat fuck. I mean, if he jumped off a cliff, it'd hit the ground and it'd cause a minor earthquake. But yeah, that's sods Paul. I just wanted to go on a quick rant because I'm bored and I wanted to draw political waifus. Because, you know what, I don't even have a reason. I don't know what the point of this video was. But hey, you want to see something entertaining? Hey, I'll make it all worthwhile. What about this? What about this? Bet you didn't see that one coming. Hey, was this worthwhile now? I think it was worthwhile now. Have a good one, mates.